Hey YouTubers, if like me you have some small issues with your foundation cement, such as these volcano looking like cracks. So these are not cracks that goes from top to bottom, so it's not a big issue, I would say. It could be fixed. You don't have to get an injection of some compound to seal the crack so water doesn't infiltrate it. It's more superficial and it goes few inches into the wall, and these often happen because water seeps in either through the top part, maybe through the brick, or from the bottom through meshing or capillary action. And then what happens is the calcium carbonate gets out of the cement and then it starts cracking. Also the temperature has to do a lot with it too. Here it's a northern climate, we get a lot of freeze and thaw, and this doesn't help. So if you look at this, if you go with your fingers, it's just crumbling. See this white powder here? So to fix something like that, it's a quite a bit of a job, but nothing you can't do. You will need some tools. So to clean up, first you're gonna need a hammer and chisel, metal brush, and then after you will need a nice bucket. You're gonna need a pre-mixed cement. So this is a sand cement mix, a little shovel, and then some trowel spatulas to be able to apply the cement. Spray water bottle, it's nice to pre-wet the area you're gonna put your cement, and also some safety equipment. Basic, you need the goggles, gloves, ear muffs would be good when you're chiseling. It's loud, and wear some very dirty clothes because it's gonna get dirty. Another thing that can help is something straight, a piece of wood or a metal like this one here, so that you make sure that when you're applying the cement it's nice and straight. So the first thing to do obviously is to get rid of all the crumbling cement. Actually the first thing you want to do is clear up the area. So make sure that if you have some plants, rocks, whatever, remove them. And then after that start digging. Go as low as you can go, I mean where you see that there is an issue, so that you seal it nicely all the way under the surface of the earth there. And then after that you can start cleaning up the crumbly cement. So first thing to do is, after you clean up, is to get rid of all the crumbly cement and the white spots stuff, all that calcium carbonate. Get as much as possible out. And also, rougher you leave the surface there, it's gonna be easier to glue that cement you're making, and it's gonna hold much better. So make sure to clean up everything as much as possible. And another thing to do is the sound test. So start hitting at random places and listen. If you hear a hollow sound, then you need to go in there, dig further. See, all here it's nice and hard, the sound, but here there was a hollow area, so I broke out the parging cement there. So just chisel it out, break all the little areas that's crumbling, and then also with the metal wire you can just brush it off. Once all that's done, there's a couple of ways to finish the cleaning job. One of the best way is to get a compressed air. So with a compressor, just clean up the whole area. The other way is pressure water, although that's a bit messier. So I just like to clean it up with the compressed air, and you have to blow everything off the wall and then maybe off the ground. Once that's done, then you can move to your next step, which is to apply the cement. So put your cement, this is the sand cement mix, into a bucket, and then you need to add water. Just make sure you don't add too much at a time. You can follow the instructions, or you can go ahead with the approximate amount. Over time you'll get good at it, so you'll see how much to add. And then put and start mixing with your trowel. And then mix very well until you get a nice peanut butter like consistency. And then I do the shake test to see if it's ready. See, when you shake it, it becomes the top just slightly shiny without water getting out. So this cement here is ready to be applied. So now that your cement is ready, what you need to do is wet the area you will apply. And try to avoid doing it on a very hot weather, and also make sure that the night temperature doesn't drop below 5 degrees Celsius, or that would be about what, 40 something Fahrenheit. So don't let it get close to freezing. And then you can just take your spatula and start applying. You can use 2 spatulas if you want, just this way. You know, the important thing is that it sticks. If it's small holes and crevices, I like going with my hands. But if it's a nice flat area like this, just with the spatula. And this is a kind of a long job. You just have to be patient at it and just go little at a time. Don't put too much at once. Remember, shaking it is good. It settles the cement. And then you just go over and over and over until you get a nice flat wall. So as you see, it's gonna make it nice, and then maybe after like 20-30 minutes of it drying, you can take a brush, you can wet it slightly, not soak it, and then you can just brush it to give it a nice finished look. Me, I'm not gonna put any parging compound on it, I just leave it this way, but if you want, you can finish it up the next day with the parging cement. So this is what it will look like. This is the part I did last